Our mortgage stress and default modelling is in for August. We discuss the results and count down the top 10 suburbs across Australia. Hi, I'm Martin North, Principal Analyst at Digital Finance Analytics. Today we discuss the latest mortgage stress and default results and count down to the most highly stressed postcode in the country at the moment. This is based on our updated mortgage stress and default modelling for Australian mortgage borrowers to the end of August 2017. Across the nation, more than 860,000 households are now estimated to be in mortgage stress, and that compares with 820,000 last month. And more than 20,000 of these are in severe stress. This equates to 26.4% of households, up from 25.8% last month. We also estimate that nearly 46,000 households risk default in the next 12 months. This is 7,000 down from last month, as we've revised down our expectations of future mortgage rate rises, as we discussed recently. The main drivers of stress are rising mortgage rates and living costs, whilst real incomes continue to fall and underemployment is still on the rise. This is a deadly combination and is touching households across the country, not just in the mortgage belts. In August, higher power prices, council rates and childcare costs hit home. This analysis uses our core market model, which combines information from our 52,000 household surveys, public data from the RBA, ABS and APRA, and private data from lenders and aggregators. The data is current to the end of August 2017. We analyse household cash flow based on real incomes, outgoings and mortgage repayments. Households are stressed when income does not cover ongoing costs, rather than identifying a set proportion of income, such as 30%, going on the mortgage. Those households in mild stress have little leeway in their cash flows, whereas those in severe stress are unable to meet repayments from current income. In both cases, households manage this deficit by cutting back on spending, putting more on credit cards, and seeking to refinance, restructure, or sell their homes. Those in severe stress are more likely to seek hardship assistance and are often forced to sell. Flat incomes and underemployment mean rising costs are not being managed by many, and household budgets are really under pressure. Those with larger mortgages are more impacted by rate rises if and when they occur. The latest household debt-to-income ratio is at a record 190.4, so households will remain under pressure. Stressed households are less likely to spend at the shops, which acts as a drag anchor on future growth. The number of households impacted are economically significant, especially as household debt continues to climb to new record levels. A rising number of more affluent households are also being impacted, as we continue to see the spread of mortgage stress in areas away from the traditional mortgage belts. Regional analysis shows that New South Wales has 239,000 households in stress, which is up from 225,000 last month. Victoria, 237,000 compared with 230,000 last month. Queensland, 147,000 compared with 145,000 last month. And WA, 119,000 up from 108,000 last month. The probability of default fell a little, with around 9,000 in WA, 8,500 in Queensland, 11,500 in Victoria and 12,400 in New South Wales. We are projecting mortgage interest rates will remain lower for longer now, and this has had a beneficial impact on our results. Probability of default extends our mortgage stress analysis by overlaying economic indicators such as employment, future wage growth and CPI changes. So now let's look at the top 10 highest postcodes in mortgage stress across the country. The 10th highest postcode across the country is 3810, Pakenham in Victoria, which is around 54 kilometres southeast of Melbourne. Here, we estimate 3,900 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is around $435,000 compared with $290,000 in 2010. According to the latest census, the average age is 32 years and there are more than 12,600 families in the district. The average monthly household income is $5,900, below the average in the state as well as nationally. 46% of homes here have a mortgage compared with the Victorian average of 35%. The average monthly mortgage repayment is $1,700. In ninth spot is 5108 in South Australia, covering Salisbury and Paralowie. It is located around 80 kilometres northeast of Adelaide and is in the federal electorate of Port Adelaide. Here, 4,100 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $320,000 compared with $270,000 in 2010. The average age is 34 years compared with 40 years across the state. There are more than 10,500 families in the region. The average household income each month is $4,450, which is below the average in the state. Around 40% of households have a mortgage, and the average monthly repayment is $1,300. Looking at number 8, we go back to Victoria, to 3805, which includes Narre and Fountain Gate. This area is around 38 kilometres southeast of Melbourne. Here, 4,200 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $545,000 compared with $366,000 in 2010. There are more than 15,000 families in the area and the average age is 34 years. The average household income is just over $7,000 a month, which is higher than the national average. 54% of homes are mortgaged and the average monthly repayment is $1,700, which is slightly below the national average of $1,755 a month. In 7th slot is another Victorian postcode, 3350, which includes Ballarat and the surrounding area. It's about 100 kilometres from Melbourne. In this region, there are 4,480 households in mortgage stress. The average property value is $335,000, compared with $281,000 in 2010. There are more than 14,500 families in the area, and the average age is 37 years, line ball with the average across the state. The average monthly income is $5,300, well below the national average and the state average. Around 33% of households have a mortgage, and the average repayment is $1,408 a month. Next, we go to 3030, another Victorian postcode, where in 6th place we find locations including Derrimut, Point Cook and Werribee, in the Geelong region, about 18 kilometres from Melbourne. Here, 4,540 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $430,000, compared with $300,000 in 2010. There are more than 27,000 families in the area, with an average age of 33. The average monthly income is around $7,300, above the national average. Around 46% of households have a mortgage, and the average repayment is $1,808, also well above the national average. In 5th place is another Victorian suburb, 3806, Berwick and Harkaway, which is around 40 kilometres southeast of Melbourne. 4,800 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $625,000, compared with $451,000 in 2010. There are around 13,000 families in the area, with an average age of 36. More than 47% of households here have a mortgage, and the average repayment is $1,850 a month, compared with the average income of $7,600. Looking at number 4, we go to Queensland, 4350, around Drayton and Toowoomba, about 100 kilometres from Brisbane. We estimate 5,490 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $490,000, compared with $382,000 in 2010. There are about 27,000 households in the region, and the average age is 37. The average income is $5,300 a month. Around 30% have a mortgage, and the average mortgage repayment is $1,510. In 3rd place is the area around Campbelltown in New South Wales, 2560, which is around 43 kilometres inland from Sydney. Here, 5,800 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $625,000, up from $320,000 in 2010. Around 20,000 households live in the area, with an average age of 34 years. The average income is $6,100 a month. 37% of these households have a mortgage, and the average repayment is higher than the national average at $1,800. In second place is another New South Wales postcode, 2170, the area around Liverpool, Warwick Farm and Chipping Norton, which is around 27 kilometres west of Sydney. There, 6,120 households are in mortgage stress. The average home price is $803,000 compared with $385,000 in 2010. There are around 27,000 families in the area with an average age of 34. The average income is $5,950 a month. 36% have a mortgage, and the average repayment is around $2,000 each month. To get to the postcode with the highest number of stressed households, we have to cross the Nullarbor to Western Australia to 6065. This is the area around Wanneroo, including Tapping, Hopping and Lansdale, and is located about 25 kilometres north of Perth. It is an area of high population growth and residential construction, mainly on smallish lots. There are more than 7,000 households in mortgage stress in the region. The average home price is $635,000, compared with $529,000 in 2010 and down from a peak of $813,000 in 2014. There are about 17,000 households in the district with the average age of 33 years. The average income is $8,300 a month, and 58% have a mortgage with average repayment of $2,170 a month, well above the Western Australia and national averages. So standing back, we see that mortgage stress is strongly associated with fast-growing suburbs where households have bought property relatively recently, often on the urban fringe. The ranges of incomes and property prices vary, but strikingly, it is not necessarily those on the lowest incomes who are most stretched. The leverage effect of larger mortgages has a significant impact. We will continue to monitor mortgage stress and will update our core market model next at the end of September. A final but important observation. Many households in stress do not have a robust household budget, and creating this is an important first step to getting to grips with stress. Whilst putting more on credit cards and refinancing may seem superficially attractive, our analysis shows that these steps are often only temporary fixes. Getting to grips with where the money goes is an important first step to tackling the problem. Remember too that banks have an obligation to assist in cases of hardship, so if households are in difficulty, they should talk to their lenders rather than hoping things will work out. Given flat incomes and rising prices, this is unlikely. If you found this useful, do subscribe for future updates. You can also read much more about the mortgage stress footprint on our blog. I'm Martin North, Principal of Digital Finance Analytics. Thanks for watching.